The voice of sharing. Durian ASEAN.
ASEAN Dailies. First and the foremost news from Southeast Asia. Good morning, welcome to Triana ASEAN, the voice of discovery and sharing. Now you're with Grace at ASEAN Dailies, where we deliver news from Southeast Asia. Well, let's stay in Malaysia for a while, and there was a news about this ASEAN community where Dr. M calls for Myanmar to be expelled from ASEAN. And according to him, he said it would be better for Myanmar to be excluded from ASEAN, as genocide is unacceptable. And it is also regarding the recent event of Rohingyas community who were left in the boat for a couple of months. And this is very serious, and it has come to our former Prime Minister, who has to urge ASEAN as well as the United Nations to take an action against Myanmar. And also he mentioned that countries like this only give a bad name to us as in the ASEAN as a whole community. So if they want to come, or if they want to commit genocide, he says it's better to leave ASEAN. And Myanmar has now responded to the request to be more humane. Instead, they continue the event of killing people, and this should be not the case. And Dr. M also said while delivering his keynote speech at the international conference themed Plight of the Rohingya, Crime Against the Humanity. Well, this is pretty a serious news and as well as event and issue, because a lot of people have been concerned about this Rohingya issues, especially it is part of the Southeast Asia issue, not only Myanmar issue. But the question here is it really wise to speak out its opinion, asking Myanmar to be expelled from ASEAN? Because after all, Myanmar is part of ASEAN, and it's always been part of ASEAN for decades. And just because of this human rights, wouldn't it be better or wouldn't it be wiser to come up with a solution to Myanmar and also for Myanmar as ASEAN as a whole community, rather than forcing it to leave? And also, Dr. M, according to him, he says, although they are not capable of doing anything, we need to push for it. And he also even wrote a letter to Aung San Suu Kyi on this matter. But there has been no response, so the fate of the people there, it needs to be defended from the outside. Well, which he makes sense, and that's where our question is answered, that about where is ASEAN as a whole community try and also put an attempt to perhaps have a discussion or have a dialogue with Myanmar to come up with a solution for these particular issues. And these people have been a part of the country for 800 years, like it was just mentioned. And he also added that he had a lot of respect for Buddhism because of it preached peace. But these peace-loving people are perpetrating these horrible events, and they even burn homes and kill people. Is it really a way to go for ASEAN as a whole community? But where is the ASEAN way? Where is the way the ASEAN as a whole community to overcome this matter together? So it was from Dr. M that who spoke out and voiced out his opinion towards these human rights, which is quite serious, and also it's quite controversial because a lot of mixed opinions are coming along. So we'll see how it goes like from here. But hopefully we hear and we also get some feedbacks and also responses from Myanmar side as well. Another serious news that we deliver from Asia is regarding Korea, South Korea, where there is a MERS outbreak, and it's been there for a few weeks already. And there was this man in the Slovakia. He was tested under this MERS disease, and a hospital in Slovakia is testing this Korean man for the potentially deadly Middle East respiratory syndrome. If it is confirmed, it will be the first case in Europe since outbreak in South Korea began. And of course, the authorities there have been reported 7 new cases, bringing the total to around 145, and 14 people are known to have died already. So WHO, the World Health Organization, has warned that the outbreak is large and is also very complex, with further cases expected. And the man in Slovakia reportedly works for the subcontractor of South Korean car maker, which is called Kia. And this disease in South Korea outbreak is bringing a lot of chaos and also a lot more precautions in the country. But then looking at the spread rate of this disease, it's very scary and also worrisome. Well, according to the Slovakia side, he is said to be quite in a stable condition at the moment, but the tests should be determined if he has the virus within the day or not. So, just go back to the fact of this MERS disease is the outbreak began when this businessman returned from the Middle East last month, and he was diagnosed with this disease. So after all the cases have been linked to health facilities, the WHO said overcrowding and South Korea's habit of doctor shopping and also visiting multiple facilities for the same complaint may have contributed to the outbreak as well. But whatever it is, despite the organization's warnings, it says there's no evidence of more spreading wider in the community. So this outbreak is the largest outside Saudi Arabia, where the disease was the first identified in humans in perhaps 3 years ago in 2012. Just to give more facts about this Middle East respiratory syndrome, this MERS is caused by coronavirus. This type of virus which includes the common cold and also SARS. SARS was also there a couple of years ago, which was severe acute respiratory syndrome. And the first cases emerged in the Middle East was 2012, and the first death in Saudi Arabia in June the same year. And it is not known for certain how it is transmitted. It is possible the virus is spread in droplets when an infected person coughs or even sneezes. And also patients have a fever, cough, and breathing difficulties. But MERS can also cause the pneumonia and kidney failure as well. And lastly, approximately around 36% of reported patients with MERS have died. So there is no vaccine or specific treatment yet. So a lot of Koreans in South Korea, of course, they have been wearing masks and asked to wash hands frequently. And going back to Korea itself, the South Korean hospital suspected most services on Sunday after being identified as the epicenter of the spread of deadly respiratory disease that has killed about 15 people. And MERS was diagnosed in South Korea on May 20th, and it has stirred the fears of the repeat of 2002-2003 outbreak of this SARS, which began in China and killed about 800 globally. So, among the cases, the Samsung Medical Center was an emergency ward orderly who worked for days after developing these symptoms, coming into the contact with more than 200 people. So this is another very serious matter where this entire the nation is feared with this disease. And in fact, this is entire their responsibility and also failing as they did not properly manage the emergency room staff. And this is according to the Samsung Medical Center. And they sent their apology because it's already been spread, and it's even spread even faster than before. So all of these South Korea cases are believed to be linked to hospitals and also related services, and they have been traced back to the businessman who returned from the Middle East. It was just the one man, and then now the whole nation is feared. And of course, the government is taking immediate actions towards this disease to overcome. And also, it is said that South Korea should anticipate more cases and also recommended stepped up disease control and prevention measures. So hope that this disease can be wiped out soon as possible, because we can't afford to see more people dying from this disease, and hopefully we can also get helps from outside of Korea as well. So we'll take a short break. When we return, we'll deliver news on the political side of Southeast Asia, so stay tuned. ASEAN Dailies. First and foremost news from Southeast Asia. Welcome back to 3 and ASEAN, the voice of discovery and sharing. And you're at ASEAN Dailies. And this segment, this time, we deliver news about political side from Southeast Asia. So what happened here in Malaysia is that there was this quote by this man said, "I always hoped for the one truly Malaysian party." And guess who said it? It was the Samad, who believed that the AP was the only party in the country that was genuine, and also described it as a truly Malaysian party. So now that took a Samad, he chose to join the AP, and that was just because he could help Malaysians realize their dreams. And his hope and also his dream for one party is truly Malaysian, because through that it will be easier for our dreams to be realized. So this activist, who became the prominent figure in the demonstration and rallies by Pakatan Rakyat and also non-governmental organization in the recent years, he announced that he's joining the AP during an event at the Guam Busang. Also present at the event, there was a Glang Pata member of Parliament, Lim Kik Siang. So Lim applauded the Sama's decision to join the AP, and he described the latter move as a great contribution. Well, he is a very well-known poet and also a national laureate. And Park Samad, who is well known as Perwira Wuba, and who is also called Warrior for Change, has made the most critical decisions, and he will be making great contributions to keep alive the hopes of Malaysians. And DAP, as a predominantly Chinese party, has been seeking to increase its Malay membership in an attempt to move towards the more multicultural image. Well, it is very true that DAP always has remained as a Chinese party. However, it will be welcome to have a different races and different cultural side to see the one party move towards and also forward to have a one Malaysian dream. And people have always been heard and also saying out about the one truly Malaysian spirit. And also at the same time, question always arises: where is it? Where do we see it? So perhaps by this movement of Datuk Asamat will be perhaps the good move to see perhaps the change in the one nation in Malaysia. And the other news is about the NPC may split from Aquino's Rainbow Coalition in 2016, and this is coming all the way from the Philippines. And we do not have a formal coalition with LP. We are simply supportive of many of the initiatives of President Aquino. So the National People Coalition of Business Eduardo Conguaco, the country's second biggest political party, which is NPC, may pick the presidential candidate it will support before the president, Bagnino Aquino III, announces his anointed one. So NPC will decide on its own. We do not have a formal coalition, like I mentioned, and they are just simply supportive of many other initiatives by Aquino. And should it happen that the two parties support different candidates and no coalition has been fractured. So Aquino said to this response is he will make an announcement after his last State of the Nation address on July 27th. And the president, the chairman of ruling Liberal Party LP, he said that he's talking to all the presidential candidates in attempt to preserve the rainbow coalition he has built to push for his programs. So he has this role in the personal capacity, and he also has the role as head of coalition of so many different parties. So one would want to preserve this coalition that led to our ability to deliver all that has been done this past 5 years. However, here the problem is NPC does not appear to be interested in staying with the coalition, perhaps downplaying their arrangement with the LP in the 2013 polls. But at the same time, it is quite expected. And while LP adopted the NPC Senator Laurent Lagandar in the administration senatorial ticket, LP and NPC bets clashed in areas where LP refused to recognize the equity of the incumbent rule, which means that the sitting official gets preference in the being officially anointed and funded as well. So another question that we can ask is NPC machinery for Po Esquerdero. The NPC Senator Vincent Soto III told the Philippines Daily Enquirer that NPC members are looking favorably on the possible tandem between the independent Senator Grace Po and also Francis Esquerdero. The president has also been talking to Po about the possible 2016 run through, although it is not so clear if Senator will be offered to become this administration candidate for president or even vice president. So her numbers are in the poll but still continue to rise. If Po decides to run for president, even without the LP support, the country's second biggest political party could provide the machinery, and she does not have, and also it's one of the factors weighing down on her decisions. So the party has met to discuss this presidential race as well. And the statement made by the Senator Soto is his own. It is very true that Po and Cheese are closest to NPC among presidential wannabes. But until the decision has been reached, NPC, a party, remains uncommitted. At the same time, NPC was earlier thought to be supporting the Binay is largely because the party stalwart Venezuela City Representative Serwin Gachalian was among the first personalities to throw his support behind the vice president, and also apparently he's running for senator under Binay's ticket as well. So more news will be coming from the Philippines, and a lot of people are putting the hopes and eyes on this coming up presidential election. So we hope for the best. This sort of conflict between these presidential wannabes, we'll see how it goes up, and also hope to hear more feedbacks from the Filipinos as well as whole citizens from Southeast Asia. So we will return after this break, and at this time we will be on news on the business and also economic section of Southeast Asia. So stay tuned. ASEAN Dailies. First and the foremost news from Southeast Asia. Good morning. Welcome to Trian ASEAN, the voice of discovery and sharing. And you're at the session of economic and business part of Southeast Asia. So Cambodia and AC, the relationship between ASEAN Economic Community and the country Cambodia, it looks like the paradigm shift is needed here. So this year will mark the birth of ASEAN Economic Community, which will be concluded by the end of this year. So this will definitely mark the start of the free trade among the ASEAN 10 member countries, and the products and services will have the single market and a production base. Labor, investment, and also capital will flow more freely than before. And also this is the new ASEAN model for globalization. And community members are easily and openly developing their own products and also and human resources capabilities. But here the question is, without this focusing on making people aware they're part of ASEAN, how can we expect them to work together smoothly? Do we still feel or do we have the sense of belonging when it comes to even here in ASEAN, the world itself? And is Cambodia truly ready to welcome ASEAN and to wholeheartedly to embrace the principles of ASEAN? Is Cambodia even ready, only in minds of policymakers, and also advocates of this free trade era? This is also very tricky because economically speaking, some say that this region, especially Cambodia, is not ready for economic integration. Member countries are not on the same level of economic development, and also some countries have unstable economics due to political turmoil. And it is very true because Cambodia is considered one of the poor country when it comes to ASEAN region. And on top of that, one of the strongest criticism of ASEAN is it is exclusive to the leaders. Awareness does not trickle down to ordinary citizens there. And Cambodia, let's just not talk about all those high income community, but let's go back to the ordinary people, the citizens, the middle and low income. Are they really aware of what ASEAN economic community is all about? Where is the awareness? So perhaps it is also affected by overlooking the fact when the ASEAN community, economic community is implemented this year, not only will commodities and services move freely within the region, but also other manpower as well. So definitely the nation needs to prepare itself to improve the quality, not only of its goods and services, but more importantly, focusing more on the human skills. When it comes to Southeast Asia, the human skills or even labor movement is very, very important, especially just by looking at the Malaysia itself, Indonesians and also Cambodia, as well as the Philippines and also from Thailand. A lot of laborers are coming to Malaysia to work. So by doing so, it will be that it will not serve as a mere market for the other countries in the region, but it also becomes a big exporter of skilled workers instead of just exporting unskilled or semi-skilled labor. And currently, Cambodia has a population of 15 million with high unemployment and waves of the young people entering the labor market each year. So this are a few issues that the country has been having for many years and need to be tackled by the government and as well as to ASEAN level. So, when is ASEAN going to embrace that is all the challenges of ASEAN and need for workers with the technical skills and the proficiency in the languages, especially English, which ASEAN is also focusing apart from Malay and also Thai as well. To compete with this ASEAN market, of course, speaking English will be able to push people to compete against any other countries around the world. So, to face this ASEAN Economic Community implementation of this year, Cambodia really needs to increase its competitive power in every aspect, from labor, education, skills, economic diversity, political and social ability, and also as well as stability. Civic responsibility is also very significant, medical and health facilities. So this whole package, this is most important. And on top of that, political stability is even more important for Cambodian politicians to mature from street politics to build up and also develop to have a responsible politics as well. And just to give more facts is that to face or unlike other ASEAN countries, Cambodia is the key advantage is a strategic geographic positions. So this is something that Cambodia has as advantage, as she does not have any natural resources like in some other member states. So it will be logical if some questions Cambodia's readiness, because the government and also private sectors has not shown integrated preparations in the face of AEC. So Cambodia buck up and also at the same time try to come up and participate even more to ASEAN, because Cambodia is still a part of ASEAN, and ASEAN hopefully it's ready to help, also giving a helping hands to Cambodia as well. So let's continue our business and economic part of Southeast Asia. The investment and the services deal in ASEAN and also India free trade area, which has signed, was in September last year. But it's scheduled to take an effect from July 1st, and it also will help India's IT services to enter the ASEAN region. So India has been falling behind its collaboration with the ASEAN economics, and also the country has only doubled its ASEAN exports from 1.3% to 2.7%, whereas China's grew from 4.3% to 14%, placing it as ASEAN's largest trade partner in 2009. Talking about China, India is also one of the gigantic countries around the world, and it can also bring a lot of economical benefits to ASEAN as well as to the world. So India signed this AFTA in August 2009, in which the ASEAN-India Trade in Goods and Agreement took effect in January 2010. The services and investment deal that was signed last September is to set and take an effect on July 1st. So India's current Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been working on improving the economic relations between India and ASEAN, and in fact last November Modi emphasized at the ASEAN-India summit in Myanmar that India's Look East policy has evolved to the Act East policy, which connects the ASEAN-India cooperations with its own economic resolutions. So the construction of India and Myanmar-Thailand trilateral highway, however, has encountered some problems, like these three countries cannot agree on the direction of the highway lanes, and also construction works on India has fallen behind all these years the other two countries. So the connection of this trilateral highway has been postponed from 2016 to 2019. After the Ministry of Foreign Affairs budget was cut, and also a likely lack of communication between this department. So all this, the low production cost, the large consumer market, and also abundant energy and mine resources, and also as well as the well-operated sea transportation in ASEAN countries are all considered a solution to India's power shortages, as well as packed harbors, and should assist its economic development. India can bring a lot of benefits, especially to ASEAN region. Perhaps the communication and those mechanism needs to be double-checked or even triple-checked before the plans are implemented, also executed. We'll take another short break here, and when we return, we'll be sharing more news from Southeast Asia on social culture part. So stay tuned.
World.
ASEAN Dailies. First and the foremost news from Southeast Asia. Welcome back to Triana ASEAN, and you're with Grace at ASEAN Dailies, where we deliver news from Southeast Asia. Now we are at the segment where we deliver news on socio-cultural part of ASEAN. So let's just update ourselves with the SEA Games. Well, Malaysia has been doing very great, and Malaysia surpassed Myanmar SEA Games gold medal achievement, so which is very good news, and also congratulations to Malaysia as well. So this 27th SEA Games, it was held 2 years ago in Myanmar. Malaysia have surpassed the number of gold medals, and also Malaysia has collected 45 gold medals so far at the 28th SEA Games, which is an extra 2 gold medals from the previous meet. So after this ninth day, Malaysia remained in the 4th place in the total of 47 medals, 45 gold, 43 silver, and 59 bronze medals. And in Myanmar, the Malaysian contingent had collected 158 medals, 43 golds, 38 silver, and 77 bronze medals as well. So Sepak Takraw became this main focus when the men's inter-regu team won this gold medal and also ended 10 years wait. So this last time Malaysia won the gold medal in this men's inter-regu event was at the 2005 SEA Games in the Philippines. Farhan Adams, keeper, as well as Muhammad Hanafiardola, Muhammad Shahir, Muhammad Rosti beat Laos 2-0 this time. So while squash team, as expected, made a clean sweep after winning 2 more gold medals in the men's and women's team events. However, Malaysia did not take part in the jumbo doubles, which was introduced for the first time in the SEA Games. And also Thailand had overtaken the host country with 78 gold, 74 silver, and 59 bronze medals, while Singapore had 74 gold, 65 silver, and 94 bronze medals. And Vietnam, the country ranked 3rd with 65 gold, 42 silver, and 55 bronze medals. And Timor-Leste won their first silver medal when the Rosa Risa dos Santos lost to Thailand's Chantiap Songkham in the women's taekwondo under 49 kg. So Myanmar beat Vietnam 2-1 in the matter of the all gold medals event to meet Thailand, who beat Indonesia 5-0 in the football final, which was the last Wednesday. So yes, all the Southeast Asia countries keep it up, and we look forward to hearing more positive news from these SEA Games. So that's it for our ASEAN Daily News today. Look for us at durianasean.com. That's our website, as well as we have other 4 social channels, which are Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube. And your feedbacks are always welcome. And lastly, not to forget to download TuneIn app, where you can listen to us on the go and while driving, and even anywhere, as well as the Wi-Fi is accessible. So thank you, have a good day, and stay tuned for the next segment at Monday Morning Matters.
Durian ASEAN is your #1 radio station for anything and everything concerning ASEAN. Since Malaysia is the chairman of ASEAN 2015, that makes it even more important for us to know the significance of ASEAN. Our daily breakfast show, the ASEAN Breakfast Call, is dedicated to raising awareness on ASEAN. Let's go through our breakfast show.
ASEAN Daily happens every Monday to Friday, 8 o'clock in the morning, with at least 3 cups of coffee. We discuss, critique, and provide a concise background to the issues that are discussed. Want to know what's brewing in ASEAN? Tune into ASEAN Daily.
Monday Morning Matters is solely dedicated to ASEAN issues. Want to know more about the 10 member states? What is the AEC? What is its aim and purposes? We have all the answers for you.
The Durian Hit runs from Tuesday to Thursday at 9 a.m. We analyze hot relevant topic concerning Malaysia or Southeast Asia. We also do invite some experts and drill them on the matter, leaving no stone unturned. Topics range from politics, economic, business, and other important areas.
Anything Can Happen Friday, ASEAN is rich in art, history, tradition, and culture. So we explore the socio-cultural part of Southeast Asia. Expect to hear from musicians, theater practitioners, fashion designers, and lifestyle experts providing their insights on the topic. To listen to all our programs, just log on to www.durianasean.com. You can download the TuneIn app on your smartphone. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, or subscribe to our YouTube channel.
You're now listening to Durian ASEAN, the voice of discovery and sharing.